Okay, so moving on to illustration 5, it says Ms. Aditri Saha, the manager of Archita Global Education, a firm that provides in-house management development training courses. The firm offers two basic training packages. Okay, it is offering two basic training packages, that is 2 day short courses covering topics such as managerial economics, business communication, business statistics, and first it was offering 2 day course, second it is offering 5 day course for various subjects like strategic management, supply chain management, quantitative techniques, MIS, and performance management. Okay, now at the end of the year, Ms. Aditri Saha reviewed the firm's total expenses with a view to fix fees for the coming year. Okay, over the past 12 months, the firm conducted 42 day courses. How many are they conducting? 42 day courses with an average of 50 participants and 50 and 60 participants. Then 5 day courses with an average of 60 participants. The total cost amounted to 6,96,000. Ms. Saha decided to base the fees for coming year on the cost per day for the last year plus 20% profit margin. Before setting these fee structure, Ms. Aditri Saha met her friend who was a cost accountant. He suggested the activity and he provided the following details. Okay, so you have your activity which is given to you, you have your cost driver, and you have your quantity. So you have various information regarding what are the activities which took place and what was the cost which was allocated, and also you have how many numbers of courses and what was the quantity for the number of courses. Okay, the information is given. Now what is the further information that is provided? It says required estimate the cost of 2 day courses. Okay, this is what you have to calculate. Now this is the additional information provided, right? So you are required to estimate the cost for 2 day courses and 5 day courses with an average cost per day. So for 2 day and 5 day you have to find out what is the average cost per day. We saw, right, 2 day we had 40 participants and for 5 days we had 60 participants. So that is the thing that is relating back to the question. Read the question very carefully. Okay, then estimate a cost of 2 and 5 day courses using activity. Okay, first you need to find out per cost, then you need to estimate. Okay, then it says the third adjustment says which cost out of these estimated in requirements 1 and 2 do you think would provide a more reliable basis for cost plus pricing? Explain your answer. So to begin with the solution, what is it asking you to do? It is given in the question. Okay, all you have to do is find out how many days course, how many participants were there for 2 day course. In 2 day course there were 40 participants. In 5 day course it was 60 participants. So you have to find out, firstly in your solution you will begin with telling cost per course based on average cost per day, that is how many courses were there? 2 courses were there. Okay, first course was for 2 days and second course was for 5 days. So 40 participants for 2 days and 60 participants for 5 days. 40 into 2 plus 60 into 5, you will get 380 days. Okay, now what is the total cost? Total cost is given to you in the question itself. Okay, even if it is not given, find out what is the total cost, since it tells you activity and cost driver. Okay, so total cost is given in the question. So total cost is given in the question. Now it is asking you to find out what is the cost per day. Okay, this much you found out. Now the second part of the question, cost per day. How will you find out the cost per day? The cost per day, that is the total cost divided by the number of days. That is total cost is 9,60,000 divided by the number of days we found out, that is 380 days. You will get 2,526 per day. So per day you're incurring a cost of 2,526. So per day it is so much. Now again you have to find out, if it is per day, then for 2 days how much did it cost, and for 5 days how much did it cost. So per day into 2, first for 2 day course and for 5 day course. So cost of 2 day course is 2,526 into 2 days, and for 5 days it is 2,526 into 5 days. You will get the following amount. So this is the information, very simple and very easy to calculate. Next, what are they asking you to do? They are asking you to estimate the cost sheet, right? So to estimate the cost sheet, how are you going to estimate the cost sheet? The entire information is given to you here only. That is your advertisement. Okay, that is the number of that is the participants. Whatever information is there, you have to just take down the following information. Okay, so based on that following information, Okay, what is the first information that is given to you? It is given regarding advertisement. Then advertisement of courses. Now for advertisement of courses, you have how many number of courses are there. So 50,000 is the cost you're incurring for advertisement. And what are the number of courses? 100, right? So advertisement courses divided by 100, that is 50,000 divided by 100 will give you 500. Then next, for one course, that is 500. For one course, you have to write down, okay, that is advertisement, it is 500 rupees. For one course, it is 500 rupees. Like you just need to estimate that the original cost sheet which is given to you. Next, you have regarding participants. How many participants are there? 19,000 participants, and number of participants are 3,800. So 9,000 divided by 3,800, you will get 5 rupees 5. So for 50 participants, how much was it? See, it tells you in the question that it is 50 participants, right? So how much was it for 50 participants? It was 250. That is 50 into 5. Okay. Then next, again, you have your hired presenters. Similarly, you will have to go on dividing. That is hired presenters, that is 5,70,000. And for how many number of days? That is 300 days. Okay, 57 divided by 300 days. Okay, 57 divided by 380 days. Why? Because we found out for 2 courses how many days we found out, right? Then we're talking about equipment. Equipment is given, that is 95,000 and 380. Then you have a handouts, that is 38 divided by 380. Then next you have for lunch. How much is it for lunch? That is 1,95,000 divided by 3,800. Okay, so similarly you will find out the entire information, and you will find out for how many days was it required, and you will just list down the information, and same information you will put it down in a very simplified manner. That is for 2 days, this is you're calculating for 2 days, this is you're calculating for 5 days. For 2 days, how much was it costing, and for 5 days, how much is it costing? So similar information you have to put it across. So entire information is given to you in the question. You just need to simplify and summarize the entire information and details. So that was with illustration 5. Now next you have illustration 6. Now illustration 6, it says Miss Udita Kitchen Wares Limited manufactures and sells 3 styles of kitchen, that is B brass, B chrome, B white. Okay, it is observed that it takes 24 hours of machining to manufacture a B brass, B chrome model, while 10 hours is enough for B white, that is per batch of 1,000 units. The following are the details which are given to you. Okay, the entire information, like what are the products and the details is given for B brass, for B chrome and B white. Okay, so this information is given. Next, it is told that total overhead costs and activity levels for the year is estimated as follows. You have what is the activity, how much is the overhead cost, and what is the level of activity. Information is given. Now what are they asking us to calculate? They are telling us using the traditional system. Okay, what are they telling? Using the traditional system. Earlier what we used to do, what is this method? This is the modern method. What we do, that is activity based costing, is the modern method. But here they are asking you to first use the traditional system to determine the operating profit per unit for B brass model and of bowl. Okay, then second, they are telling you determine the activity cost driver rate for setup cost and inspection cost. Okay, they're asking you to find out what is the cost rate to set up, and for inspection, for setting up how much is the cost, and for inspection how much is the cost. Next, they are telling using ABC system. What is ABC system? Activity based costing system for B brass. Okay, for B brass style, if bowl, okay, they are asking you to do for B brass. If bowl, compute the estimated overhead cost per unit. In the first thing, they are asking you to compute the overhead cost per unit. Second, they are telling you compute the estimated operating profit per unit. Okay, what is that? What are they telling? Overhead cost per unit and operating profit per unit. That you have to calculate. They are asking you to compute it. And fourthly, they are telling explain the reasons for difference in profits computed above. Which method do you think is better for the profits, and why? They're asking you to tell whether traditional method is better or whether the ABC costing system is better. Now to begin with the solution. Under your traditional system, how are you going to do it under your traditional system? See, for B brass bowl, okay, what is the cost that is what is the amount that is incurred? For B brass bowl, okay, you are getting a cost of rupees 5. Now what is the formula under traditional system? It is selling price minus open brackets, that is direct material plus direct labor plus overhead, close brackets. Okay, selling price minus open brackets direct material plus direct labor plus overhead and close brackets. Now what is the selling price under your information provided? It is 40 rupees. 40 rupees minus what is the direct material? It is rupees 8. Okay, plus how much is the direct labor? It is 15. Plus how much is the overhead? It is 12. So 40 minus 8 plus 15 plus 12, close brackets. 40 minus, so 40 minus 8 plus 15 plus 12 is 35. So 40 minus 35 will give you rupees 5. That is the operating profit. That is, your profit is rupees 5 under traditional system. Whereas if you move on to your activity based costing, it says that it is taking 4,900 to set up. That is okay, so this is the answer that you are getting, that is 4,900. Now how did you get this answer is, so it says in the question that is taking, now how much is the setup? It is what is the cost? It is 4,65,500. For how many setups? It is for 95 setups. So 4,65,500 divided by 95 will give you 4,900 per setup. So you found out what is the setup cost also. Now after setup cost, what are they asking you to find out? They are asking you to find out inspection. Now what is the information for inspection? The cost is 4,05,000 and 2,700 inspection hour. So 405,000 divided by 2,700 will give you 150 for inspection. So rupees 150 per inspection. You found out what is setup and you found out what is inspection. Now next you will have to find out as per activity based costing. See, we finished traditional method, we finished ABC costing, that is setup cost and inspection cost. Now we are preparing an estimate of it. So in order to prepare an estimate, we are preparing an estimate for B brass bowl. Okay, that is, how are you going to do it? That is, it says 30,000 annual units. Okay, that is what is given in the question regarding B brass. That is 30,000 is given in the question. 30,000 annual units for every batch, right? So 30,000 annual units for how many number of batches are they telling? Is the information given to you in the question? Yeah, the information is given. It says it is 1,000 units per batch. So 30,000, so it is 30,000 divided by 1,000 will give you 30 per batch. So 30,000 divided by 1,000, you are getting rupees 30 per batch. Okay, now how many batches? That is 30 batch you got. So per batches you have 30 batches. Now it says in the question, it is you have one setup hour, right? In the question the information is provided that it says it is one setup hour. For one setup hour, that is 30 batches into one setup hour. That is, firstly you have to do it for setup hour and second is for how many number of inspection hours. Now we found out what is the number of setup hour also, right? So for setup hours it is 1. So 30 into 1 setup hour is 30 setup hours. And how many inspection batches? Inspection batches are given to you in the question, that is quality check. The quality check is given here under B brass. Okay, setup hour is 30 into 1 and quality checks is 30. So 30 setup hours into 30 inspection hours. Now inspection, what do you inspect for? You inspect to check the quality, right? So 30 into 30 you will get 900 inspection hours. So next is, after you found out your setup hours, then you have to again multiply to find out what is the cost per unit. So 30,000. So 30,000 into the previous amount we found out for the setup, that is 30,000 into 4,900, that is the setup cost. You will get 1,47,000. So 1,47,000 divided by 30,000 will give you 4.90 per unit. Now from where did you get this 30,000? 30,000 is the annual units which are consuming. Then you have 900 inspection hours into 150. How did you get 150? Because 150 we found out in the information. So you will get 1 lakh 35 divided by how many units of production, that is 30,000 units of production, you will get rupees 4.50 per unit. So what do you have to do? You have to add 4.90 plus 4.50, you will get 9.40. So you will get 9.40 per unit. Okay, then you can write down as total overhead for B brass is 9.40. Similarly, if you want to find out the last part of the question, that is how much is the operating profit. To find out operating profit, you have to do selling price minus direct labor plus direct material plus overhead. You will get 40 minus 32.4, that will give you 7.60. 7.60 will be your answer. This will be your answer which you will get, that is selling price minus direct labor plus direct material plus overhead. Okay, so this is how you need to complete the particular information. A very simple solution. Everything is given to you in the question, you just need to substitute in the solution. Okay, now, moving on to the last illustration which is solved in the class, wherein the other problems were done as homework by the students in the class itself. So I would like it if you all also would work out on your own, because it is one and the same. It is just repetitive and it is very similar. If you have any doubts, you can just get back to me. Similarly, you have your illustration 7. Now under your illustration 7 also you are given various information which is perfectly given in the question. That is, it says Miss Asmita Company Limited has been incurring two types of overhead, that is cost of material handling and quality inspection. You have to read the question very carefully to find out what is being given in the starting of the question also. So this is the further information that has been provided to you. Then they are asking you to say you are required to compute the total cost of proposed job using direct labor hours to assign overhead. Assume the bid price in full manufacturing, that is cost plus 25% of manager's bid. Then it is asking you to compute the total cost of job using the material moves to allocate material handling cost. Inspection, assume bid price is full manufacturing cost of 25%. What should be his bid using this approach? Which approach do you think is the best? So what are they asking you to do? They are asking you to calculate the following things. Now what is the total overhead is that is given to you in the question. Total overhead is not given, but you have information. Go back to your first chapter. What you used to do, we used to calculate your prime cost, we used to calculate your overhead, etc. Right? So similar situation is here in this particular problem also. So material handling plus quality inspection, how much is it? That is 10 lakhs plus 30 lakh, that is 40 lakhs. Next one is plant absorption. Look for the information regarding plant absorption which is given, that is 40 lakhs. The total which we found out, that is 10 plus 30, that is 40 lakhs, divided by how many number of working hours? It says 50,000 direct working labor hours. So 40 lakhs divided by 50,000, you will get per hour. Okay, how many hours? Rupees 80 per hour. Then next information, what is the information based which is given? It is telling about direct materials. Direct materials is given, that is 37,000. Direct labor is given, that is 70,000. You will take down the question, you will take it down. Okay, do you see any information regarding direct expenses given? No, but to find out prime cost, you have to mention direct labor, direct material and direct expenses. So in question only it is given. Okay, that is you have to take down, that is direct material, direct labor. Direct expenses is not given. So how much should you get your prime cost? You will get your prime cost, that is 37,000 plus 70,000, 1,07,000. To this you will add your overheads. Now what is the overhead information that is given? Overhead information, they are telling that there are 1,000 jobs. Okay, that is 1,000 jobs into how many number of hours we calculated? Per hour. 1,000 into per hour, that is 1,000 into 80, that will give you 80,000. That is your overhead. Okay, so 1,07,000 plus 80,000, you will get in 1,87,000, which will be your total cost. First we found out your prime cost, second we found out your total cost. To this total cost we have to add your 25% of manager's margin. Okay, 1,87,000 into 25% will give you 46,750, and you just have to add, that is 1,87,000 plus 46,750 will give you 2,33,750. This is done with your information. this is your solution. You will get what is the bid price. You calculated your prime cost, you calculated your total cost, you calculated your bid price. Now next you have to find out the cost of movement of per material. How much is it per material? Okay, cost of movement per material, that is total material movement cost divided by the number of material moves. How much is the total cost of material? That is, how much is the cost of material handling? It is 10 lakhs. For how many number of units are they asking you to calculate? It is for 1000 number of units. So 10 lakh divided by 1000, that is rupees 1000 per move. Okay, next, how much is for quality inspection? Quality inspection is 30 lakhs. So 30 lakhs divided by how many number of direct labor hours? That is 50,000. That is, sorry, that is 5,000. See, 10 lakh divided by 1000 jobs and 30 lakhs divided by 5,000 quality inspection. You will get material move and you will get inspection. Now after that, what you have to do is you just have to substitute the entire information all over again. Okay, that is similarly, that is your direct labor, you will get your prime cost. Then again you have to just mention the overhead. The only thing that will be different here is the overhead. Earlier in overhead you just took 1000 into 80 directly, but here you have to substitute for material handling and for quality inspection. Take down till prime cost. Okay, now under overheads, what are the two things we calculated? We calculated for per move how much it is. 1000 into 10, 10,000. Then for how many number of inspections? 600 inspection for how many things? For 5 number of for 5. That is for 5 number of inspection and 10 direct labor hours. It is given in the question. So substitute it, take the information, you will get what is the total cost. So for this total cost, again add 25% of profit margin. So first required we calculated here, second we are calculating it here, that is 25% of margin. Now then you will find out again what is the bid price. So similarly you will be done with the solution. So first whatever was required also is calculated. Second, again they are asking us to calculate overheads for material handling and for quality inspection, also for bid price. So similarly we will be done with your solution. Thank you for watching.